Do you find yourself with never-ending problems in your life? Does it seem like you can never solve them all? Like there's always something wrong. And whenever there's not something wrong, you're already projecting onto the next thing that might be wrong. Something for you to solve, something for you to figure out. Well, guess what? There's a good reason for that. It's because our brains are heavily wired to look for threats. And human beings are always searching and creating even a lot of problems, issues. You know, we need something to focus on, right? We need something to overcome. We need a challenge. Although a lot of the time, this ends up turning into self-sabotage. If you struggle with a common pattern that I see where you build yourself up, you get some success, you're on the right track, and then you totally screw yourself over, then you're in the same camp with a lot of people, because this is one of the most common patterns on Earth. We create, we build, and then we destroy. We don't just reiterate and improve and continue to grow and learn. We go back and we ruin what we built so far so that we can have something to overcome again, so that we can really struggle. Because it's part of our identity. It's part of who we are to overcome things, to have a challenge. And what we don't realize is that life is often much simpler and easier than we believe it to be. For instance, as long as you have some type of income coming in and you have a roof over your head and you have food to eat, all your basic needs are covered and you're actually good. There's nothing to be unhappy about. And yet so many people will find things at work that they don't like, or their business isn't going the way that it should be. They're not making enough money. You know, there's always something wrong. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't grow and make progress and continue to evolve, but you don't need to do it out of desperation all the time. You don't have to take on the next thing in your life out of guilt and pressure and feeling like you have to, which is what so many of us do. I've been through this many times where I achieve a big goal of mine and then it almost feels bad to just sit there and enjoy it. That's how we are, right? That's how we've been conditioned. But what I realized was, hey, what if I just had fun? What if there was no pressure? What if I didn't try to make myself feel bad so that I would move, and instead moved when I wanted to? Now, it took me a little longer those times, and maybe I stayed stuck for longer, or I plateaued. However, the growth that came after was far more accelerated, far more exciting, and more enjoyable. And no longer was I operating with that empty feeling in my stomach where I was like I could never have enough and I had to keep growing. So what I'm suggesting to you is that you take a moment and really look at everything that you've gotten so far, how far you've come in your life. No matter how young or old you might be, and no matter how much you may have accomplished, can you just be happy with where you are for, let's say, 5 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by now, most people have already started thinking about all the problems and things that are wrong and how, no, this is not okay and I need to fix this. And what I really want you to do is look at how things aren't a problem. Change your filter for a second and realize that somebody talking behind your back isn't really an issue at all unless you interpret it to be. You know, not getting a raise this year is not going to crush your life in any way. Not buying the newest phone is not going to, keep you out of the loop. Not going to that party is not going to mean that you're a hermit and that you don't socialize and that everybody should stay far away from you because you're terrible with people. It doesn't mean anything. We give it meaning. And what we don't realize is that everybody's doing this. So while you're projecting that other people are thinking about you and creating problems out of that, other people are doing the same thing about other people, and then those people do the same thing about other people. This never ends. Do you get the idea? So can you, for a second, just get out of your ego and realize that, hey, you can be happy today and still make progress. You can have fun along the way. I'm having fun right now. This isn't that much progress necessarily. I'm doing videos mostly for fun now, but I want to enjoy every step. When I'm working on my business, when I'm with clients, when I'm helping other people, at this point, I'm usually doing anywhere between 30 to 40 hours a week of coaching. I've done 60 hours before, it just all depends on where I'm at the time. But I noticed that I would create issues and problems in the past where, this client is struggling with this and oh my God, I gotta solve it. And what if they can't get that? And just this big nonsense in my brain. And for a few years now, I've just been enjoying it, and it's fun and easy and relaxing, and I don't feel stressed and pressured. And whenever I even feel it coming on, I go, wait a second, am I gonna enjoy this? Am I gonna find a solution to this? First of all, I always start with acceptance, and that's what I'm challenging you to try. Just accept first. Don't try to solve, don't try to fix, don't try to muscle your way out of it, or like lurk your way out of it, or whatever you tend to do. We all have different coping mechanisms and how we deal with things. Try just accepting, like, oh hey, Deborah doesn't like me. Oh well, all good. She doesn't need to like me. And I don't have to be mad at her or dislike her so that I can get back at her because this is weird ego BS. Why are we doing this to ourselves? It's okay, just let it be. Now, maybe you don't want to spend time with her. Maybe you want to, try to make her like you, but where's that really coming from? What are you really trying to accomplish here? Even if you convince her that you're the greatest person in the world, will that fix that feeling that that's coming from of invalidation? Probably not. So what I'm saying is let it go. Learn to just accept what's in front of you, and then go do things that you want to do separately from what you think are your problems in your life. Because if I was trying to fix the problems in my life, when I started 5 years ago, I would have spent too much time trying to people please and make everybody around me happy. I would have tried to go to school so that I could get a good job and education and all that stuff. Instead, I built a thriving business doing what I love and helped over 600 clients, reached like 30 million people with my speeches. It's pretty cool. And that happened by letting go. Letting go is the key to then saying, what do I really truly want? Not a problem that I need to solve, not a challenge that I need to overcome, not the next dragon that you need to slay, but much rather, what are you inspired to do? What's fun to you? What do you enjoy? Not because you want to look cool, but because you genuinely like it. What do you like the process of? I like building businesses and helping people, and life coaching for so long has been my passion and joy. And more so, I've now started building businesses and helping companies and done some speaking, and that's cool too. So you gotta look at what's fun, what's enjoyable. Where do you wanna go? Not what do you need to solve, not what do you need to overcome. Let go of that shit. And I really mean it. It is that shit because, it's useless. Once you get there, you're never happy. The process of it is not fun because you're overcoming, and it's constantly this struggle and grind. And if you just try having fun for once and doing something that you genuinely want to do, magical things happen. You could be out here doing this. I am. I don't see many other people around the world that do. There are a few, sure, but it's rare. The normal thing to do is to sit in an office and and you don't like it and you hate it and you want to overcome it. I remember 5 years ago when I still had my janitor job and I was transitioning into a full-time coaching business. And, I loved the janitor job at the end. I was mopping floors and scrubbing toilets, and I was like, this is great. This is fueling my passion. It's actually pretty easy work. It was fun because, I'd bring my girlfriend with me, we'd do it together. Now we do this together. And it's fun and enjoyable. I made the journey fun and enjoyable. That's what I want you to do. Stop struggling, stop grinding, stop hustling. Oh, hard work. It's what you make it. I don't turn it into hard work. I turn it into fun. It's not cool to hustle. It's not cool to grind. It's cool to enjoy and be happy about your life. Try that. Stop self-sabotaging yourself. You might actually have a much better experience. Hope that you enjoy.